I think that Drake needs to go through this internal battle, put it out in the form of music, and let people see his human side, right? Like he's going through it.
Explaining himself, I'm not sure he should do too much of that, like he's doing right now, explaining himself, telling people where his mindset is at. I think Drake is going to have to, I think he's just going to have to drop a hard-hitting, competitive-sounding hip-hop album and then get back to trying to see if he can get these commercial hits. I mean, at the end of the day, Drake is still the biggest.
Let me say something, man. Yo, I absolutely love when people choose violence. I love it in rap. Yo, the energy, there's something about somebody like Joey Badass coming out of nowhere and just choosing violence and having everybody be like, yo, where is this coming from? I love that vibe. Like, that always be tight to me.
Lil Baby has an identity crisis right now. I don't think he knows what he wants to do as an artist, and I don't think he knows what people want out of him.
Lil Baby is so one-dimensional, and I think this album highlights that the most to me.
Yo. We are
Illinois Wise Guys.
Check out the full podcast, link below.
Yo. This is the Ill-Advised Wise Guys. It's your boy QDZ and your boy
Uchay.
Yeah. Episode 180. Hey, you
Bow.
to the 180.
Oh, 180, 180.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. How you feeling, my brother?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
How you feeling, brother?
Listen, man. It's a beautiful
Christmas
day.
done passed. New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. 2025.
To y'all too. We made it. Hey, we made it.
Yeah, okay.
Nigga, we made it.
Okay. Any resolutions this year?
Stop eating pork.
Really?
Nah, I'm kidding. Yeah, nah.
Seriously?
I'm
That's
good
it?
though. Nah, I'm good.
But you said you don't like New Year's resolutions, right?
They're just kind of corny to me. Listen.
Corny. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it turns. It's turned to commercial. Anytime something becomes commercial, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I've learned that about myself.
Fair.
That's why I don't really love Christmas, man. Listen, Christmas was supposed to be.
You don't love Christmas because you're atheist.
See, here you go. False narratives. This is what Kendrick did to Drake. Kendrick pushing false narratives. But see, this ain't gonna land though.
This ain't gonna.
You go, I'm tatted. I got God on my arm. Okay.
Could you imagine? He should have said that.
Cool.
Why didn't Drake use that angle? Like,
well, dude, we're recording, man. Yo, can we start the episode?
Okay. All right, my bad.
What the heck?
So you know how we do. You know how we do church announcements first before we dive into all the other stuff. Ratingsgamemusic.com.
Yes, sir.
AKA RGM, AKA the best music site on the globe.
Big RGM.
So, people don't know that, musicians go on holiday break also. So there wasn't a lot of new music that came out in the last couple of weeks at RGM. So we were struggling. We had to do news articles. Negro, I had to talk about LeAngelo Ball's new song. There just isn't enough music coming out. However, we did get a chance to cover some new music that was, the little here and there. Redman dropped an album. Redman? Muddy Waters 2.
An album?
He dropped an album. Muddy Waters 2 years after his first Muddy Waters. That was a cool album. All the Slime seasons, we went back in time and did those. Slime Season 1, Slime Season 2. I think Slime Season 1 is significantly better than Slime Season 2, but that's just me.
I think Slime Season 3 is actually the best.
Slime Season 3 is definitely the best.
Real talk, but hey, who's counting?
And then, Lil Baby dropped an album. Your boy, Wham! So we did all those, album reviews. We got movie reviews that we did. Song reviews here and there. Just check out the whole site, ratingsgamemusic.com. And then we got
got zero skips, my brother.
Zero skips.
We got zero mother effing skips. And don't forget the skip.
Yep.
Skip. Of course, we feature some of the best songs that get submitted to us, man. Listen, I've added about 10 songs to our playlist recently, and they're all bangers, man. Listen, we update this playlist weekly. Q, I don't know if the last time you heard the playlist, but my God, my selection skills.
It was like sometime in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
But,
thank you for that.
yeah,
Thank you for your support or lack thereof.
Thank
you. We appreciate you.
To the low rating.
we don't appreciate you, man. God, see, this is the problem, man. But no, dude, my selection skills is getting better, man. Listen, I gotta really, really highlight a lot of the artists, and of course, shout out to y'all, man, because y'all hit us up via email, Grover, IG. At this point, it's kind of getting overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. I think we need like an official submission place.
That's true.
I think that's what we need,
Do we need
in 2025.
How can you hire gatekeepers?
I don't know, man. Yeah. But no, again, if you guys want to tap into a lot of up and coming artists that you maybe have never heard of, y'all make sure to go to the link in the description right now. For that playlist. 0 skips in stores now.
Jeez, every single time I'm hoping you don't say in stores. I'm like, okay, he's not gonna say it today. He's not gonna say it today.
Brother,
it's
I
stupid.
gotta give it to him.
It makes no sense.
Stop it.
Okay. So, yeah.
Jesus, get off my back.
I forgot to mention, subscribe to this beautiful show. I forgot to mention that. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down there.
Get us to 2K, guys. Get us to 2K.
2K.
Yo, we put up our YouTube stats on IG, man.
Well, yeah,
we got some congratulations. So shout out to y'all who've been popping and rocking with us, man. Listen,
this year, we got some tricks up our sleeve. I feel like old people say that. I got some tricks up my sleeve this year. This year we gonna turn up this year.
Who says that?
we go another level.
No,
this year.
But you gotta say these cats.
These cats. That's true. These cat man. These cats.
These other cats.
We got 3 topics, juicy topics. Just the big 3, bigger than the damn big 3 of the Celtics. We're gonna talk about Joey Badass.
Ooh,
was being a badass on the mic recently.
Ooh.
He dropped a freestyle that I thought it was painfully obvious he was talking about Kendrick Lamar. What is the ramifications or possible ramifications? What can a Joey Badass versus Kendrick Lamar beef look like, guys? Like, let's see. We're gonna try to discuss that.
Ooh.
And then we're also going to talk about Lil Baby's new album, WHAM. When I say it's received mixed reviews online, I think that's an understatement.
Agreed.
We're going to give you our take on the album, and here's just a spoiler alert for you. It's not good. Somebody's going to rant.
It's not good.
And it might be 2 people might rant today.
Bruh.
But
we might have to phone a friend on that one.
We may have to phone a friend.
We might have to get 3 people to rant.
Anyway. We may have to phone a friend. We should start taking callers.
Yo, that would be fire. That actually would be fire.
Hello.
Yo,
hello.
Hello.
I want to talk about that real video.
Hey, hello. Hey, what's your name and where you from?
Exactly. But the first topic that we thought was more important than those other 2 was Drake's freestyle. On a very cold, snowy day in the DC area, when people were faking like they were working, Drake.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. Oh, you were working that day?
Maybe.
Drake dropped. Well, I wouldn't even say Drake dropped it. Conductor Williams dropped the video, 20-minute video. And in that 20-minute video, we got this freestyle from Drake. And, very blurry. Well, the original version. I heard there's a CD quality version. I love when people say CD quality.
Nobody says that anymore.
Nobody says that.
Yo, stop.
We still got CDs.
Bro, you be
CD quality.
You showing your age on this episode.
I swear to God, I said CDQ. I saw it online. But there was a CD quality version of the song that came out. But forget what quality of the version of the song is. The things that Drake were saying on the song, I thought were interesting. Yeah. There was, I don't even know if you want to call it shots at potentially Kendrick Lamar.
No, there were shots.
Shots at LeBron James, and then just blanket shots at, fill in space names. Like anybody can be plugged into those names that he was taking shots at. So I guess my first question to you is, what does this freestyle symbolize for Drake right now? Like, what does it mean? What should I take away from this freestyle?
Well, let's get to it. Let me get to it, man. I'm not going.
That's another thing old people say.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get to it. Yeah,
let's
get to it.
Listen here.
Listen here. Let me sit down. Let me talk to you real quick, okay? I think that Drake, in the words of Kendrick Lamar on Euphoria, the famous actor that we once knew is now paranoid and spiraling.
Ooh.
I thought when Kendrick said that to him in that battle, it was so chilling. It was so prophetic. I could argue we've been seeing Drake spiral ever since that line was uttered.
Yes.
And this new freestyle, to me, is no
Let me
different.
ask you this. What do you mean by spiral?
Okay, spiraling.
Yeah, what is the definition of spiraling to you?
Spiraling to me is panicking. You're moving in a way that's not. It's not like strategic. Right, and really, when it comes to Drake, we've seen him go to war with his label. We've seen him drop songs that were not official drops. It's like there have been a lot of unofficial releases, and to me, this is no different. This is on brand from the last 6 months of Drake.
Yeah.
It's unofficial releases from Drake.
Yeah.
He can't really drop music on his own because he's going through label issues.
His hands are tied.
His hands are tied. Great way to put it. Another old phrase. But look, this is Drake spiraling to me. But I think spiraling in a good way. And the reason I say he's spiraling in a good way is because we all know Drake lost the battle. Like this ain't hey, newsflash. Drake lost.
Yeah, he did.
I think Drake is going through the mental anguish that comes with losing a battle of this magnitude. Right. And that's a lot of probably sleepless nights, him rethinking his friendships, him maybe questioning his own moves, questioning what happened during the battle and how people have, treated him. He talked on this new freestyle. He talked about giving people the cold shoulder at the Michael Rubin's white party, which made people think that, man, does he have problems with Wayne? Because Wayne was there. And Wayne talked about nobody coming up to him in that party except for Glorilla. So it's like we're seeing a lot of stuff happen. Chess pieces on the board move. A lot of people don't know what's going on. But for me, I think that Drake needs to go through this internal battle, put it out in the form of music, and let people see his human side. Right? Like he's going through it. I really love the rapping on this joint. I think Drake was really spitting as he always does. This is a timestamp record to me. Right? It's like,
it is.
What is this, like 7 p.m. in like Barbados? 7 p.m. He always goes to that one island.
Definitely.
What's the island he always
Turks.
Turks. This should be like 7 p.m.
Turks,
in Turks.
baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I loved it. I love the record. I wish he would put it out officially, but obviously he probably can't. But no, man, this is good spiraling to me. This is the Drake we need. I'm telling you, this is the Drake we need.
There's no such thing as good spiraling.
I disagree.
But I'll run with it.
Have you ever seen Jaden Daniels throw a football?
That's true. It's
a hell of a spiral.
Down. That's true. That was a great spiral. But is it spelled the same way?
Who cares?
But
what'd you think about it?
So
not even. Let me ask you.
I'm
a
gonna tell you what,
before you go. Let me ask you a direct question.
Yes.
Is this the Drake we need? What does a Drake comeback look like to you? Is this the start of it?
That's a great question. I think you mentioned, I agree with you. Drake lost this battle. But he put up a pretty good effort. Like, that's one thing that people have to realize. I did my end of the year countdown, or not countdown, a list. And I said my favorite rap song this year was Family Matters. I stand by it. I still listen to it to this day, and I still get blown away by the song. That is a very good song. He put up a great battle. And, in my opinion, right now, there isn't necessarily... This is not a place I've ever seen another rapper before. Like, rappers have lost beefs before. Ja Rule lost, Meek Mill lost. But this, not only did he lose, but the personal digs. He's had relationships with these people there's no gang affiliation here. Like sometimes there's gang affiliation. This crew don't like that crew, and so now we beefing with you. Nah, this was just a personal whatever competitiveness turned dirty. And where the angle I wanted to go actually was, something that is hard, it's just been hard for me to accept, is being okay with how Drake was done. It's been very hard to accept for me because I consider myself a real one. Okay. I consider myself somebody that's not biased. I have my own eyes. I see something and I feel how I feel.
Okay.
Right? And I just feel whatever the hell all these people that Drake helped, including Kendrick Lamar, including Rick Ross, including A$AP Rocky, for them to turn their back on him the way that they did, as a real one, I'm just like, dog, like we shouldn't as human beings be okay with that.
Stop it. I got it.
Listen,
you gotta stop.
I don't know
this
what
sounds
happened.
like glazing.
Okay,
I know what people are gonna say because it kind of does.
How is it? He's okay.
I'll explain.
In the song,
I can explain.
He's
how
talking
this sounds
about
crazy.
backstabbing, right?
Okay.
He's talking about loyalty. He's talking about how he did things for people, right?
Okay.
And they turned around and pretty much stabbed them in the back.
Sure.
And when we say Drake has done things for people, we're not just saying Drake gave people gift cards or Drake was giving them, like a couple dollars. They gave some of these people billion streams songs. Some of these people got their biggest hit because Drake was on it.
Okay.
So it's like, from Drake's mentality, hearing him actually talk about it, which should hurt anybody.
Okay.
At your core, you're talking about glazing. At your core,
I'll explain.
That's messed up.
I'll explain.
I just don't understand. Like I said, I like what Kendrick did. Kendrick started it. It was competitive. Sure. That's why I said I think Drake's issue was he wanted to get personal. He started the personal digs first. And, that's when it just spiraled, like your favorite word, spiraled downward, and it just became something nasty. But at the core of this situation, it kind of sucks to see all these. He's called some of these people his brother. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, LeBron's my brother.
Okay.
Apparently he has LeBron tattooed on him.
He probably does.
This is what they're saying. He got LeBron tattooed on him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it's hard for me to accept that.
Look.
And it made it a little harder. By saying this, it made it a little harder hearing him say that on a rap record.
Okay. I get you. Look. The biggest thing I took away from what you said is the hurt that he probably is going through, right, in his personal relationships and what he had to go through. Like that's a real emotion. Like I'm not poo-pooing that. I'm not acting like that ain't some real ish. But the reason why I'm like, which by the way, I don't even like the word glazing, so let me leave that back in the past.
We were supposed
to leave that back in 2024. You're right. That's my bad.
Yes.
What I meant to say was, what you're saying is so one-sided, and it does not address what he could have possibly done to result, to deserve, or to have gone through the stuff that he's going through now. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
but we don't know.
We don't know.
But what we do know,
we don't know what he went through. But
there was a 100 versus 1.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
But my thing is this though. At what point? Which, by the way, he did get done dirty publicly by Kendrick, putting a lot of allegations on his jacket. That's a separate topic to me. I mean, I will never be cool with that, me personally.
Yeah.
Especially the how hip hop is so big. Hip hop is so big. It's a big business, $1 billion business. It was never this big when Jay-Z and Nas was going at it.
Yeah, for sure.
When Biggie and Tupac, hip hop wasn't this massive global phenomenon like it is today.
Yeah.
So the ramifications of a lot of these accusations that were put on Dre is much bigger. So I think that's why Drake is feeling it more.
For sure.
Right? However, you cannot convince me, nobody can convince me that somebody going going against 20 people is not a result of this person possibly deserving something.
But that's your assumption.
Of course it is.
Everything
Everything is an assumption.
Right?
We don't know the facts.
The thing is, for me,
we don't know the facts, right?
It's public. These guys publicly decided to go after him. Publicly. Now, if it's something like
Could there have been a reason? That's all I'm asking.
I don't. Of
Like
course, there's
one.
a reason. I'm sure there's a good reason.
And,
right?
and
Like
why,
Metro
but why
Boomin
doesn't that
mentioned it.
matter? Is my
It
point.
matters, but I'm saying like from a standpoint of what it looks like to us in the public. I wanted to bring this up because I thought this was a very interesting line that he said on here. He said there was a pocket. He said, "Just know this issue is personal to us, and it wasn't business. Analyzing behavioral patterns is somewhat suspicious. Niggas was never happy for me when I was running up them digits or when I'm breaking world records still as I guzzle a Guinness." Right? So he feels he's been backstabbed. He feels that's what he feels. And I'm like, every single person that is walking planet Earth has had that feeling of someone backstabbing them.
Cool.
The fact that not more people are relating to what he's going through or saying it in public that like, yo, dog, like, whatever happened, that does suck. That we saw he gave these people hits.
Let me just say something.
what I'm
man.
saying?
Look, I'm glad you actually read that particular line.
That line
That
stood
was
out
the
to me.
line that I promise you. That was the line that was the most confusing line to me personally. Because when I hear Drake talk about people weren't happy for him, it's like, who's he speaking to? Is he speaking to the personal relationships that he had? Because he ain't talking about the fans, bro. People loved Drake.
Of course.
We've crowned Drake for 15 years as the golden boy.
I think he's talking about. I interpreted that line as LeBron James shot, where I think, this is my issue, right? This has been my issue since day one. Old man, right? Old man yelling at the cloud.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's a rap beef. Yes, there's no rules to a rap beef, right? But there's ramifications that happen after the beef is over. And one of those ramifications is Drake feeling like, dog, like, in this beef I got in with Kendrick, 100 other people that I helped sided with the guy that he didn't necessarily all help.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Like, could you imagine you get into a fight, right? And then all the people that you thought were your homies was siding with the person that fought you.
I hear you. It's
Like,
dirty. It's
you
dirty.
should feel
No,
a
it's
certain
dirty.
type of way about it.
He
That's
should-
all I'm saying.
I get that. And it does justify why Drake is in his feelings.
Yeah.
And he should. He has a good reason to be in his
That's how
feelings.
I felt.
I understand that.
He said y'all took it as essentially business. You can say you can replace the word business with entertainment.
Hey, look.
You can replace the word entertainment with y'all took this as fun.
Hey, look.
He's saying that this was personal to me.
Look, fair enough. We can debate all day about like the extent of the personal shots, him feeling backstabbed. Cool. He feels backstabbed. Great.
Yes.
For me, I don't really care too much because although assumptions are being made, I refuse to not allow my brain to go to the extent of, well, why were all of these people against you?
We still don't know.
Happened.
Something
I refuse to act as if Drake is some victim of happenstance. Like all of these people just like, like they just turned on him. He didn't do anything. Like, wait, come on. I refuse to just act like that. No.
But you also have to acknowledge that he feels backstabbed.
Cool, but
right?
but do you know every action has a reaction?
Well,
so him feeling backstabbed could have been a result of something that caused those people to react based on something he did. Possibly.
Has this never happened?
I don't know.
Has
And
this
neither
ever
do
happened?
you.
I mean, this is not something crazy. Like, this has happened before.
Brother.
This has happened in sports. This has happened in politics. This has happened in religion. This has happened in everything.
What, you mean backstabbing?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, backstabbing. Jesus was backstabbed.
Sure enough.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
And people, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that has happened to prominent people. Now, listen.
I'm cool. Listen, I'm cool with that. I don't want to get. That's what I say. I don't want to
Yeah.
get into a convo too deeply
yeah,
about it.
you're right,
The
you're right.
convo is, to me, like the convo is more about. Again, what I really wanted to touch on was like, what does a comeback look like for Drake?
Okay.
And,
Let's
and,
talk
and I
about
think
that
you
real
and I
quick.
think you answered. You
talk
started
about this real
answering
quick.
it, and that's what. But
Let's
I
talk
don't
about
think
this.
we discussed that
Let's
enough.
talk about. Let's add a couple more.
You see what I'm saying?
minutes.
Like,
let's talk about this. Like, I just wanted to bring that up.
Go ahead.
So
You
like
wanna go.
for a comeback, from a comeback standpoint, look, I guess the real question is, how would I come back if I was in Drake's shoes? What would I do?
There you go.
Right now it's tricky because his whole label situation, UMG, right? There's a lot of people in the industry he can't work with, right? And even the people that he worked with are like Rod Wave, right? Wasn't Drake supposed to be on Rod Wave's album? It just magically that feature just disappeared, right? So like, I think explaining himself, I'm not sure he should do too much of that like he's doing right now, explaining himself, telling people where his mindset is at. I think Drake is going to have to, I think he's just going to have to drop a hard-hitting, competitive-sounding hip-hop album and then get back to trying to see if he can get these commercial hits. I mean, at the end of the day, Drake is still the biggest hip-hop artist in the game.
That's cool.
So it doesn't even matter what he does. As long as he's able to drop, people are going to listen.
That's true. I mean, Drake is Drake. People going to listen to him. For me, though, I think the opposite. I think that, I once was of the mindset that Drake should go away.
Mm-hmm. You did say that.
And like I was saying this pretty early. And a lot of people have echoed this too, so I'm not the only person saying it. However, I used to be of the mindset he should go away, but I'm noticing he ain't trying to go away. So if he's not trying to go away, there's certain things that he must do to change things for the better. Number one, he got to win that damn lawsuit.
He ain't gonna win no. He's not gonna win.
I'm just letting you know.
He's not going to.
If the way he did it, people already have a problem with the defamation. People have a problem with like the way he's gone about it, including myself. I think it's just weird and it's kind of weak from an optics standpoint. Even if he has an argument, he has to win that lawsuit. Let's assume he doesn't. That's not good for him because it just makes matters worse. Number two, I think he has to lean into his feelings. I do, because he's already showing people, at least Conductor did, that he's mentally processing the backstabbing, the relationships he's accumulated over the years. He's going through everything human beings have all gone through. Relationships falling out, you trying to understand where things went wrong. This is something that people can relate to, like you said. He got to lean into that. I truly believe he has to lean into that.
I think at a certain point it's too much.
Nah, I think give us an official timestamp drop. And like you said, put out some dope music. I know he's allegedly had an album with P&D that was supposed to drop.
I don't like that move, personally. I don't like that move.
What if he's addressing some things over good music?
I mean, of course he will. But I don't like the move.
That might be a good look for him.
I don't like the move. I mean, I think, like I said, just drop a hard-hitting rap record. Get your stuff off, but like not in a victim. This was a victim song. I am the victim, right?
I told you I don't like it.
Can't have too much of that.
But you kind of need, but you do need it though.
You can speak your mind. You can say how much better you are than people, but we don't need the victim. We don't need that.
It was a dope drop. Listen, Fighting Irish is a dope drop.
But it's a dope. It's a dope drop because it's not an official song. It's just his way to get how he feels.
Vent.
And by the way, let's be real. The song was made weeks ago because he has cornrows. All that stuff in the video. So, maybe his feelings has changed slightly. But
fair enough. Hey, what do you guys think about Drake? Is this the start of his comeback, or is he just spiraling out of control and continuing to play the victim in some of you guys' eyes? You guys let us know in the comments, man.
Yes.
Let's move on to the next topic. Lil Baby. WHAM. Damn. Mr. WHAM finally dropped his long-awaited third studio album. I believe this is number 3.
What does WHAM stand for?
Who Hard Is Me?
What the hell am I listening to?
Oh, got it.
What the hell is this music? What the hell?
You trying to redefine WHAM?
What hell? All right.
What have? Damn. Who cares, man? We'll think about it later. Go ahead. Y'all know you're trying to think about it. Think about it in your head. But no, Lil Baby just dropped his new album, and listen, long-awaited album. A lot of people have been wanting to hear what this guy can come back with after going through what I would consider a rough patch in his career after dropping his last album, called It's Only Me. Some people said he fell off. Some people said he didn't, But regardless of where you stand on the side of things, one thing I can say, I think objectively, is I do feel like his 2024 was pretty good. He went on a feature run. He did a lot of features. I think he collabed with Central C in 2024, right? Band for Band. I thought it was a dope collab. He collaborated with my guy who sounded like Brent Fayez with the mask. What's my boy name?
Oh, Four Bats.
Four Bats. He collaborated with Four Bats. And there was some other countless features that I thought he did a good job in trying to maintain or reintroduce his buzz to the mainstream. But with this new album, I personally feel like he dropped the ball. Lil Baby dropped the ball. And I said this on our last episode about Big Sean. And I got some pushback from you guys, no problem. I mean, you guys think Big Sean dropped a decent or good album. I think otherwise. But beyond what you think of the music, I'm addressing the moment. Because a lot of times people be talking about music. Oh, is it good or is it bad? Cool. We can have those debates all day, every day. But moments are more important than the music itself, in my opinion. Especially if you're on a decline in your career and you're trying to make it back uphill, similar to what Roddy Ricch is going through. I think Lil Baby, bro, he's lost his way. Whatever way he had before, whatever sauce it was musically, that Midas touch people gave him, rapping wise, he putting up dope verses, bro. That shit is gone. It's finito. I'm at the point where I feel like, this is gonna sound disrespectful. Did he have a ghostwriter or something?
Oh,
because
God, here we go.
No, like his
go.
raps don't even sound like the same guy. He's not rapping with the same potency lyrically to me. I'm not hearing the hunger. I'm not hearing a guy who's supposed to be dropping music at a top rapper clip. It just sounds like a guy who's complacent. It sounds like a guy who doesn't understand growth. Does he even have?
You're going off.
I'm going off, but on purpose, bro. Listen, you know what's funny to me? And then I'm gonna give you a chance in the future.
Yes, no, please, take your time.
Lil Baby sat down with Lil Yachty.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that whole interview. Watched the whole interview because I've been tapped in. Mm-hmm. He says a few things that was very interesting in a good way. He said, man, I haven't even tapped into my full potential as an artist. I'm just now learning how to be in the studio and hear hi-hats and tell the producer, hey, yo, move that thing over there. I want it to sound like this. This is Lil Baby. He's saying this before dropping this album. That was not a good sign. It was not a good sign, guys. And to me, I question the musical direction that Baby is going to go in the future at this point. You said this earlier, man. Mixed reviews I'm seeing. Some people think this album's great. A lot of people are saying it's not good. I'm on the fence of saying this is not a good album. I'm going to stop there to let you get a chance, and I'm going to come back and rant.
Okay.
But what do you think about that album?
One for you.
God.
Lil Baby. Well, let me just say, I want to double down on what I've been saying for 2-3 years. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever, people were saying Lil Baby was on the precipice of going on a generational run. I said, pump the brakes. I like Lil Baby. I like some of the songs that he's made, but I just don't see him being the type to go on a generational run. I just don't see enough talent. I want to be respectful. I just don't see enough talent for him to be considered somebody who is a number one rapper. Because remember The Game? The Game literally said one of my top 10 rappers of all time, Lil Baby's in the top 10.
Bro, that was
I
disgusting.
was like,
that was
what?
Disgusting. That was disgusting.
And so
The Game should have been ashamed of himself for that. Real talk.
I think, it sucks. One of the hardest things to overcome is an identity crisis, right? I think, especially as an artist, I think Lil Baby has an identity crisis right now. I don't think he knows what he wants to do as an artist, and I don't think he knows what people want out of him. I don't even think people know what they want out of Lil Baby. He's in a situation where he's just making music and he thinks that this is what people want to hear, and it's just way off, right? And the thing that sucks, here's the thing. Lil Baby seems like a really cool guy, right? He probably rubs people the right way. People respect him in the hood. Other rappers respect him. He just seems like a very respectable guy.
Okay.
That doesn't always translate to making very respectable music. And I think, he's probably going into these studios and just doing what he thinks is, going to be something that's going to resonate around people that respect him. And they don't have I don't want to say the balls, but they don't feel right telling him this is not good enough. Because, listen, is Lil Baby's album listenable? I can listen to it. Like, even the worst song, Twin song, I can listen to it. But it's not good enough. And I think if he has the right people around him to tell him, like, yo, you put on for the trap. Like, you got the trap elements in there. You put on for the dope boys. You talking that motivational music. But there's another level or two you need to get to make music that is good enough. Because that's the problem here. He does not make good enough music. And what I'll say this before you get to rant number 2.
Please.
I find it extremely alarming that he was, pretty much considering this his comeback album. This is going to be the best music I've made ever. I have not even tapped into my potential, and this is what you came out with? Like, that's alarming to me.
Bro.
And look, mixed reviews, you know what mixed reviews indicates? Exactly what I said. I want to emphasize it again. Not good enough. Because if your thing was good enough, you would not have people, you would not have mixed reviews. You would not have people saying it's great and people are saying it's terrible. Good enough means at least people are saying average and good.
Okay. I hear that. I disagree. I disagree slightly on the mixed review stuff because we've gotten tons of music that's mixed reviews that's of good quality. It's just it may be ahead of its time or just a different taste. Like, for example, Yeezus. Mm-hmm. Yeezus is probably one of the most mixed reviewed albums that I can think of in the last, I don't know, let's say 15 years within rap.
True.
Some people think the shit is amazing. Some people are like, this is trash.
Depending on your ear.
Right? And so, but I would not go into Yeezus or come out and say, this isn't good enough. I don't know if I would say that. I would just say, it's a different flavor.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
True.
So that's what I'm saying. Mixed review don't mean that the music's not good enough to me.
True. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
But side point, look.
Now go on rant too.
Yeah, no, it's I got a rhetorical question, man.
Uh-oh.
This is the same guy who made The Bigger Picture?
This is
the same guy.
I want to stop you though.
No, hold on, man.
I thought Streets Colder kind of like mimicked Bigger Picture. I thought there was certain songs. I thought, I did see some of that hunger on
Let me ask you something.
Free promo.
Let me ask you something. What's the best song on this album? To you.
I personally.
Your best song. What do you think is the best song?
So Sorry was the best song. I personally thought that.
Bro. Okay. Fair enough. I personally, So Sorry, I wouldn't even put in my top 5.
Really?
Me personally.
Wow. I thought So Sorry was good.
But
I thought that was a very good song.
If anything, I would probably say the song with Travis Scott is probably the best
Stuff?
song.
I hate that song.
I think the song is good. I actually think it's a good song.
It's lazy. I like what Travis Scott did.
Travis Scott elevated it. And that's the thing. The features, to me, kind of carried on this album. It kind of carried. Like, I gotta be real. Like, I'm not saying the features were amazing. I'm saying, like, the features kind of outshine Lil Baby.
Of course they did.
That's what I mean.
Of course they did.
Carried them songs.
Well, I got a rant on that, so you hurry up your rant, and then I got.
But no,
I got one in the queue.
It troubles me, man. It troubles me that this is the same guy who made The Bigger Picture. It troubles me that this is the same guy who made, bro. Do you remember the song "Catch the Sun"? Mm-hmm. I'm so dumb. Catch the Sun. Like, this guy has made some really good songs in the past, and I'm like, where's this guy at? Where is that guy? Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing to me, and I know you're going to go on a rant about features per se, which is a good one. I have more of a problem with the production. The production on this album is so monotonous. It's so just not unique. It's not good enough to me, production wise. Yeah. And when I compare this to another Atlanta rapper, like a Sa Baby, and we start talking about production, that is the highlight in the making of a very good artist to me, right? It's somebody who understands that even if you're going to use trap beats, even if you're going to use these hard-hitting 808 type beats, give me some variety within the mix. I think Sa Baby does that amazingly well. I think, even Young Thug does that pretty well. I think Gunna does that well. Future can go over different beats. Lil Baby is so one-dimensional. And I think this album highlights that the most to me. Like he doesn't deliver hooks well.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make this a super hate train on Lil Baby. It's just, bro, this album just didn't do it for me.
I think
it did not do it for me.
It's just not good enough. But I think Lil Baby doesn't have those beats on a leash. There was only a few beats I thought that like he took command. Like, I thought he took command in So Sorry. I really did. I thought Free Promo he took command. I thought he took command on songs like Streets Colder, like I mentioned earlier.
Which is the outro.
Right? Which is the outro. And, the thing about Lil Baby too is when he experiments, it just falls flat to me. Like Listen Up was like, I guess his take on like a Meek Mill type intro, and I just didn't feel it.
What would you? I would consider the song "I Promise." That was a good song.
I like "I Promise."
"I Promise" is a good song. To me, that was the best song on the album. That was actually the best song on the album.
That was a top 5 song. But I want to go on a rant about features. I've been saying this for years now, and it sucks that we're in 2025 and it's still the same issue. I'm tired of hearing it's 21 Savage drops an album tomorrow. I can guarantee you Travis Scott's going to be on the album. Lil Young Thug's going to be on the album. Rylo Rodriguez is going to be on the album. It's just like Future's going to be on the album. Future might be on the album twice. Like, and then the songs that they make, there's this, like, I like Dumb and Dumber, but it's a formula. I've heard that formula so many times. Bro. Like, look, you know what it reminds me of? Like, how the NBA right now, they're like, what is the NBA going to do when LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry retire? I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm ready for that to happen so that we can usher in new people. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost there where I'm at the point where I need to see or need to hear different people in these high profile album situations. You know what I'm saying? I need to. And guess what? Gunna got better when he didn't have those features anymore. Gunna's albums got better. You know why? Because he didn't go into the studio and just assume Future's going to hit him with a nice hook. He didn't just assume, okay, you put this beat together and Travis Scott's going to give us something great. Gunna manufactured the great music. Sa Baby, like you said, manufactured himself the great music. I thought Lil Baby on this album, Dumb and Dumber, he just got washed by Young Thug.
He absolutely got washed.
And Future.
Quickly.
Right? The Redbone Glorilla, just your stereotypical, I'm a bad chick in the club and the dude's chasing me, he got money type. Washed again. I think By Myself is terrible. I don't even know what I want to say about that. Stuff with Travis Scott, I think everybody just waited for what Travis Scott was going to do, which happens all the time.
Of course.
And then the 21 Savage Outfit song I thought was terrible until 21 Savage got there. Like, I just have this feeling like he just saying, okay, I got these features. This is what, even his rollout I had an issue with. Before 5 seconds after you tell us you're dropping an album, you tell us who's on it. Future's going to be on it twice. Young Thug's going to be on it. Rod Wave. I don't care who's on it. Like, tell us that later. I'd rather you surprise me with the features. Did Tyler the Creator had mad features on his album. He didn't lead with that. Like, too much reliance on these stereotypical same old features. Like, it would have been tight. That's why you got to give Drake a little credit. Every Drake album usually has like, whoa, why did you decide to work with that person? Like, he, But
Yeah,
that's what
I don't give a F joint.
You
right?
know?
But look, you know, again, you know, let me just get all my Lil Baby hate out.
Kendrick,
now.
sorry,
let me get all my Lil Baby hate out
let me
right
say
now.
this.
Okay?
Sorry,
This might be the only episode I unload like
I just
this.
want to say this one. Kendrick.
Yeah.
You see what Kendrick did
On
with
GNX?
GNX?
Yeah.
All just newcomers. SZA was in there, but like all newcomers. Kendrick is as popular as he's ever been. He's been working with people, and he still decided to get newcomers, new sound.
No, it was what Kendrick
You know what I'm
did.
saying?
What Kendrick did was absolutely dope. Put the music aside, like him ushering in new talent, people that have never been heard on this level. This stage was fire. It will never not be fire. I think more artists should do that.
Yeah.
You know, my biggest problem with Lil Baby that I realized on this album, WHAM, and I knew this before, but it to me is solidified. He does not make good hooks. He doesn't know how to make a hook to carry a song. So when we're having this discussion about features, he needs them. They need to be there to rub off the flavor to get a hook down. And even the ones that he does deliver to me are just not good enough. Like, I got to be real. I'm not saying he's never delivered a good hook. I'm just saying consistently throughout a whole album,
I can see that.
He's not a good hook maker. So he really relies on them features.
But do you have to be?
I do. I think.
I mean, for his type of artistry,
Look,
his style.
I say yes.
Probably.
I say yes. I think that to be a artist in any genre, look. We're not gonna do. Look, in 2025, I am on a crusade to bring back good hooks.
Would you say Tyler the Creator's
Great
last
hook
album
maker.
had great hooks?
Great. He's a great hook maker. He's very diverse. You know, you think about the song he had, Dear Jane, or what's the song? What's the joint called? Is it
Sorry,
Jane?
I put you on the spot.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of the song, these names of these songs. But no, Tyler is definitely a good hook maker.
Okay,
right?
No, just asking.
You know, but let's stick with the guys in Lil Baby's lane, right?
Okay.
Future makes good hooks. Young Thug knows how to make good hooks.
Yes.
Gunna knows how to make good hooks.
Yes.
Dirk actually makes good hooks.
Great hooks. He's a very good
Rod Wave knows how to make good hooks.
Yeah.
Who's another contemporary of Baby
That's a
that
good
you would
point.
say? Like,
That's a good point.
Like Bossman D-Lo, even Bossman D-Lo makes decent hooks. Moneybag Yo makes good hooks.
Excellent hooks. He's excellent at making hooks.
Tusi knows how to make a hook.
Of course. Yeah.
Like my problem with Baby is his hooks are not good enough. And to me, when your hooks are not good, good luck making a good song, let alone a great album. Now, granted, My Turn was a very good album. I thought his last album was pretty good as well. It's Only Me. But to me, like, the quality in his albums have gone down since My Turn, since It's Only Me. And I think it's a result of him not evolving as an artist, number one, him not rapping at the level he was rapping at before, and his hooks just not being good enough.
Okay.
Point blank, period.
Drip too hard.
That was Gunna.
Wasn't he a part
Gunna
of the
led that hook.
Okay. All right.
And trust me, I went back and did my
thinking about
research
it. Okay.
because even the wave with Gunna,
Yeah.
Gunna led all of them hooks. Every last one of the hooks on that Drip season, or no, excuse me, the Drip Harder album or whatever that, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Dripper Drown.
Dripper, that's not the name.
No, Dripper Drown's his.
Talking about the collab album that they had.
Yeah. What was that called? I can't remember.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. What
Their infamous album. Every one of them hooks were led by Gunna. Gunna don't got that problem. And so
Gunna's a great hook maker.
exactly. So anyway, man, listen. What do you guys think about the album? I mean,
I thought you went too hard on Lil Baby, bro.
I think it's necessary.
I think
bro. I think the Lil Baby era is over in terms of if that he's the number one guy or whatever he had before. It's gone. It's over.
I really like him on features though. Like I really like Lil Baby on features. Like I heard the other day randomly as I was working out my piece, Jacquees and Lil Baby killed that verse. I like him on features.
That came out like 2018 or something.
2018, yeah, a long time ago.
Hell yeah.
Next topic and the last topic.
Yes, sir.
Joey Badass. Badass.
The ruler's back.
You know what? I'm going down memory lane. I was going through our TikTok. Check us out on TikTok. And people cussed me out when I said, "Yo, like, do y'all know that the big three wasn't always Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole?" I mentioned some names. Now, granted, I should have been cussed out because I said Kid Cudi by accident. I got overzealous a little bit. I said Kid Cudi, but I was thinking about people who were out and new in that era. But Kid Cudi absolutely was never considered big three. No. But I will stand by Wale. I will stand by A$AP Rocky.
Big Sean.
I will stand by Big Sean. Those three, I stand by it. Now, Joey Badass, to me, was always too young to be in that big three conversation at that initially when people were forming it. At that time, when I'm talking about when Wale and Big Sean people were coming up, Joey Badass was coming up like as this young kid with his new pro era crew. So I just don't feel like he fit. He was supposed to be the next big three. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward now, Joey Badass is a lot older. And now he wants his respect, brother. He wants his respect. In this random, what was it? The day after Christmas? Was it before New Year's? Shortly before New Year's? Randomly, Joey Badass dropped a song, a freestyle, where he said there's too much West Coast D-riding.
No, dick licking.
Licking, yeah,
Let's
that's
be
true.
clear.
Which, by the way, I know a lot of people won't know that's Jay-Z. That's
damn right.
That's a Jay-Z 22 twos.
Definitely reasonable doubt.
22 twos, reasonable doubt. But he said that, which I was like, what? And then he said, he mentioned, the fact that, he has murals, forget a nomination.
He said, I got murals in my city. F a nomination.
City.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm the king of New York. Well, it's funny because he said West Coast, right? He said the West Coast, right? I feel like everybody in the West Coast should be insulted by that, right?
Of course.
But everybody associated that to Kendrick Lamar. So, number one, where did this come from? Like, talk to me as if I'm a casual hip hop guy. Where did this come from? This hostility between the two, and did you like it?
Let me say something, man. Yo, I absolutely love when people choose violence. I love it in rap. Yo, the energy, there's something about somebody like Joey Badass coming out of nowhere and just choosing violence and having everybody be like, yo, where is this coming from? I love that vibe. Like, that always be tight to me. With that being said, I'm excited because a lot of people do not know that Joey Badass and Kendrick have had, I don't want to say like a little rivalry because, listen, we all know Kendrick has gone on to do major things and he's become a household name and he's created a legendary catalog over the years. But you brought up something very important, which is that Joey Badass has been around for quite some time. He's the same guy who dropped All American Badass. There's a bunch of albums, 1999, 2000. Yes. Very, very good projects that I do think people should go back and really look at his catalog. The man been dropping great music for quite a while now that hasn't been gotten talked about. And so I'm excited for that in terms of what people are going to do now that he's now shooting at Kendrick and the West Coast. Yeah. With that being said, this goes back to the Control era of Kendrick. We all remember Kendrick's infamous Control verse on Big Sean's song, Control, obviously featuring Jay Electronica as well. But if we recall, Kendrick claimed the King of New York on that song, which was the most blasphemous thing I have still to this day. I cannot understand why he did that.
He did.
He's not even from New York. You can't be the king of New York. What gave you the right, the balls to even do that? I always think that was flagrant. It will never not be flagrant in my book. But what people don't remember is we remember people shooting at Kendrick for him challenging the culture. Meek Mill, Fabulous, everybody responded to Kendrick, rightfully so. But one person that responded was Joey Badass as well. And he went crazy on Kendrick. He said a lot of stuff. And I think that people actually don't know that. He's felt some type of way about Kendrick since that day. Since that time, I should say. And so, yeah, this is definitely coming out of nowhere for most. But go back and check the history. Go check the game tape, guys. he's been feeling some type of way about that King of New York.
And I want to give
that
you,
King of New York diss since then.
I want to give you credit.
What's up?
You're one of the few people that said that Drake and Kendrick, there was tension there.
Definitely.
I was like, I didn't know that. You were like, yo, he's been taking shots. They've been taking shots at each other for years.
Right.
I didn't know, and you were completely right. This one you had to tell me. I actually did not know that.
I appreciate that. But yeah, no. And so, by the way, a lot of people are saying this is a Kendrick diss. And it most likely is, especially with the whole murals reference. Well, cool. I kind of feel like he kind of shooting at Tyler too. Because Tyler, I might be reaching, okay? Tyler on his Hey Now freestyle says something about a Bentley truck, put that Bentley truck away. And here come Joey Badass with a Bentley truck in that video. And I'm like, is he kind of shooting at Tyler too? Especially with the whole West Coast dick looking like, I don't know. I might be reaching.
That's why I said the West Coast.
I
felt
reaching.
like a lot of people should have been insulted, by that. I mean, you never know.
But I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
You love it.
To start the new year off, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people are riding the West
It's
Coast.
not a publicity stunt.
People are riding the West Coast. And I think rightfully so. But
Doechie's not a West Coast artist.
don't
You know that,
matter.
right?
She's TDE. TDE's West Coast. Right? SZA's actually not
She's
from the
not
West
from
Coast either.
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But what you think? What'd you think, man?
Well, let me say this.
Go ahead.
I want to say this. Let's get some hip hop history up in here.
Oh, let's do that.
One of the best hip hop songs, I think, in the last, I want to say 10 years, but it's been 12 years.
Okay.
Was One Train by A$AP Rocky.
Ooh.
And that's when I really got introduced to Joey Badass. One Train features
Everybody.
Action Bronson, Big Crit, Yellow Wolf, Danny Brown, and then Kendrick Lamar and Joey Badass were both on that song. That was kind of like here's the new guys in the game that are about to take over. Now, granted, some of them didn't necessarily reach high levels like Yellow Wolf. Yellow Wolf is still a very good rapper, but he never became super duper commercial. But a lot of these people knocked it out the park, like Joey Badass, Kendrick, Big Crit. Man, do these guys like each other or not? Man, like, I find myself more and more these days saying like, yo, they really got problems. I really don't think they like each other. Like, back in the day, like, think about it. Before Kendrick Lamar dropped Like That, or rather when he dropped Like That, everybody was like, he's just being competitive, right? Joey Badass, if he dropped this song before Like That, people were like, oh, he's just showing his competitive side, right? These days, I generally feel like these people don't like each other, which is good for the sport of hip hop. You know what got completely glossed over? Who did something very similar to this? Denzel Curry. Denzel Curry had a song that dropped shortly after Like That, where he took clear shots at Kendrick Lamar. Clear shots, maybe even clearer than Joey
People
Badass
don't remember that
shots.
one. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just swept under the rug. Nobody really talked about that.
Well, people don't really talk about Denzel Curry, period.
Yeah,
I think
but
that's
he's a
maybe
lyricist.
the main reason.
He's a lyricist.
Yeah.
Did I like it? It's scary. It's scary. It's scary, brother. It's scary. You know why
Joey
it's
gotta
scary?
watch it, though.
I was saying it's scary. You know why? See, Drake versus Kendrick is Canada versus LA, right?
East Coast, West Coast.
East Coast. When it comes down to it, Canada's another country, and the US and even people in Canada still rock with LA. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
In this beef. New York and LA. I lived that. I remembered that. New York and LA rivalry, right? I remembered that where Biggie and Tupac were going at each other. There was several people involved. Yes, Biggie and Tupac had their beef, but Tupac also had beef with Nas. He also had beef with Prodigy. He also had beef. Negro, they had Fat Joe, LL Cool J, Who Shot Ya?
Hey, listen.
DMX. There was a clip of DMX taking shots at Tupac.
Hey, real quick. Shout out to On This Day in Hip Hop, dope page. Y'all probably seen it on Instagram or whatever. Yo, one of the dudes from the Outlaws
diss
just
Nas.
diss Nas.
Yeah, diss Nas.
That's actually making your point. Like there has been
Like,
East Coast, West Coast,
and
they still shooting in
still-
2025.
It's crazy.
Think about
right?
that.
East Coast, West Coast beef.
Yeah,
and I
saw
know the
that on
typical
his
person
page.
will be like,
thought that was unbelievable.
typical person will be like, well, this is just between Joey Badass and Kendrick, right? Well, what did I just say? He said too much West Coast licking, right? If I'm a West Coast artist, especially a up and coming one, I should feel some type of way about that,
will.
right?
You absolutely.
And then let's
you
say they
should.
return fire and say there's too much whatever New York is doing. As a New York up and coming artist, I should feel some type of way about that. This Drake and Kendrick beef, not a lot of people care, but it did pit a good chunk of Canadian rappers against LA rappers. It did. Pressa's a very good Canadian rapper. Not that he has direct beef with Kendrick Lamar, but I'm sure he can't co-sign what Kendrick did. You know what I'm saying? Like there's probably some that we don't know. My point being,
I'm just glad you didn't name top 5.
New
Would you
York.
consider him a rapper?
He is a rapper, actually.
But I'm
he's
glad,
dropped an album.
I'm just glad you didn't mention
He's
him.
actually a rapper. He's a rapper.
He's more.
But,
he does other things too.
but he's a rapper.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe this will help hip hop. Maybe New York versus LA. Maybe this is what we need. Look,
I'm here. Listen,
it helped baseball, right? I watched the baseball playoffs because it had Dodgers and Yankees.
Yo.
They were on a freaking straight line curve to freaking meeting each other in the World Series.
That's true.
And that was the most watched World Series in a while
That's a
because
fact.
it was LA versus New York.
That's true.
Maybe this helps hip
Now,
hop.
granted, I gotta add something on to this. Yeah, you're right. L.A. Dodgers versus New York Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be very clear. Not only was it the coast battle from a team standpoint, bro, they got the stars.
They got the stars.
Let's be clear.
They got the
Shohei,
stars. Shohei Ohtani.
Aaron Judge. Goddamn, what's my man who just got the bag from the Mets? No. Who did he sign with? What's my
Juan
man?
Soto.
Juan Soto's got the crazy bag.
Freddie Freeman. You talking Mookie Betts?
Yes, man.
So
they got some.
stars.
So my point is, as this relates to East Coast, West
Does New
Coast,
York
and rap,
have the stars?
where are the New York stars?
Yeah.
I think that this has been the most vulnerable era within the last, let's just call it, since 50 Cent? No, excuse me, since Pop Smoke. Since the Pop Smoke era, because remember, New York has had a nice little buzz as of, we'll call it the last 5-7 years. We got A Boogie, we got Pop Smoke. There's been a lot of people, we can never forget Nicki. She puts on every time for New York City.
For sure.
But my point is
Cardi.
There's been some people who've had some buzz, but not from I'm him as a lyricist. Remember us? New York is the Mecca.
Yeah.
There's a certain energy that comes with that, and that's why I like what Joey Badass did. Minus the whole, this could go left. Yeah, we all know what happened in the 90s. Hopefully it doesn't get to that. But just from a hip-hop standpoint, you gotta love this.
For sure.
You gotta love this,
For sure.
right?
For
Like,
sure.
what is there not to like?
For sure.
In my
For
opinion.
sure. I mean, I'm curious to see what, because
Kendrick's not going to respond to him with publicly. It'll be a sub. He gonna sub the hell out of Joey.
I don't know.
It's gonna happen.
I don't know.
You better believe it.
Big Sean. I don't know. But I look.
Absol.
New York should take advantage of this. New York should take advantage of this.
Absolutely.
Because I think this can be the resurgence that New York needs. Let one of these young up and coming rappers, get on the mic. Because one thing Kendrick did against Drake was he did that pop-up show and showed how united, ready for war, LA and California in general is. Tyler's been having Kendrick back. Have you been noticing this?
Of course he has.
He's been praising him and having his back.
You damn right.
Tyler's ready to go.
Tyler's rapping the best he's ever rapped.
LA right now, I feel like LA is prepping for war. And it's we all thought it was going to be potentially Canada versus LA, but the thing that's interesting that kind of is weird about this situation, what I thought kind of made the Drake versus Kendrick beef interesting was The Weeknd, right? The Weeknd sided with Kendrick, so it was not like, one of their biggest artists was siding with Kendrick. That would be equivalent to like, Biggie and Pac were beefing and like Jay-Z sided with Tupac. It kind of just throws things off, right? The same thing with New York, like ASAP Rocky and Kendrick, I believe, are cool, right? So where ASAP Rocky might be the one that kind of throws the wrench in this. I don't see Ferg jumping into this. Like, I believe Ferg and Kendrick are probably cool, like, but can Joey Badass gather some New York troops? If this is war, what I'm saying? How war goes.
No, for sure.
We prepping our we be running the drills.
Yo, real talk. I like that, but it's also one of the things I was paying attention to again, everything's about Drake and Kendrick, guys. Like, in a sense,
it is.
At least we can make it about that. But the last thing I'll say is, man, I thought it was so. I always felt like this during that whole battle, right? And I was like, oh, this one. The moment I knew Kendrick won, he had the advantage per se, was when I realized that Kendrick is clearly from LA. Mm-hmm. There's a storied history of hip hop, especially diss records within LA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
No Vaseline. A lot of them have come up, right? They've all have that. They have that in them. Mm-hmm. But then I realized, damn, where does Drake land? Where's the history that Drake can lean on from a hip hop standpoint, where people gonna have his back and they're respected? We know in 2025 you can go to every country in this world and there is a rapper that exists. So hip hop is so global. But when we start talking about the heritage, when we start talking about the heritage that's respected, New York City, the Mecca.
Yes.
There is no other.
I was just want to
say
there's
no other city that got that
Drake.
Energy. That's where Joey has an advantage.
Exactly.
And that's where it's like, oh, we're going to see what happens with this.
Exactly. And Drake, I say the reason I bring, the alliance thing.
Uh-huh.
How different would this Drake versus Kendrick beef be if Tory was out?
Ooh.
Tory in that DDG song, you heard it, right? He said, I wish they would have came at me like they came at Drake.
But that's what
Could you imagine if Drake and Tory were a tag team going up against that monster?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you and the public at large. All right? I'm not here to say that Tory is a better rapper than Kendrick Lamar. We not doing that.
That would have been a tough one.
But let me tell you something.
That would have been a tough one. I ain't gonna lie.
Tory Lanez is a problem on the microphone.
Yeah, and disrespectful.
We saw what he did to Joyner Lucas.
He takes it crazy.
Don Q, he got him out of here.
Yeah.
Joyner Lucas, he cleaned him up. He mopped the floor. He mopped the floor with Joyner. I respectfully. And I love Joyner. Yeah. Joyner's a dope rapper.
Joyner's a great rapper. I just thought that Tory was just getting too disrespectful. He just didn't care.
Because he understands.
He didn't
but
care.
See, Tory understands that competitive
and they were
angle.
playing. They were literally getting on lives talking about like, I got you next time. Yeah, and it's still getting disrespectful with it. Imagine if Tory Lanez tag teamed with Drake.
That'd have been a tough day.
And
tough
he's
day at the office.
Yo,
that'd have been a tough day at the office for Kendrick. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man. But anyway, if Joey Badass can get somebody,
who does New York have?
Somebody.
Let me just throw some names out. Throw some names out if you can, just off the top.
Man,
who does New York have?
Well, you're not count. Let's disqualify Buffalo. Because if Griselda jumped in this, whoa!
Wait,
but
that would be kind of
not gonna call Buffalo.
Wait, why not?
New York City.
Wait, hold on.
I don't think I would disqualify.
They got to be in that by proxy.
I mean, maybe
Benny.
Maybe. I mean, I said if Griselda.
Yo, can you imagine a diss track
City.
from West Side Gun to Kendrick Lamar? Boom, 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 boom.
I mean, who does New York? I mean,
who they got
from like, because it has to be a combination of lyricists and it got A Boogie. I don't think A Boogie would do anything. I don't think A Boogie would do anything. I mean, I'm not saying A Boogie wouldn't do anything. I'm saying I don't think A Boogie would want to engage in this beef.
I got you.
Essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
See, that's the fact that you're even taking this long. That kind of proves I think my theory, which is like I don't think that this whole, even when he says too much West Coast dick licking, I just don't think this will turn into what it turned into in the 90s.
Yeah,
because
of course it won't. But it is an opportunity.
Dave East gonna pop up out of nowhere.
It is an opportunity for young up and coming people that we may not know. Like I'm sure, like when LL Cool J dropped Who Shot Ya, right? Fat Joe was relatively unknown. Foxy Brown was on the come up. There was DMX. Like I said, DMX, there was a clip I heard. Shout out Hush Money. He dropped that clip about DMX dissing Tupac and his Who Shot Ya freestyle. Yeah. So it's like, this is an opportunity for a lot of young up and coming people to potentially,
I agree with that.
Get involved, and it will happen.
We'll see.
It will happen. If Kendrick responds, Kendrick might just say, "Yo, hey, Absol, take care of my work."
I think Daylight, Absol, all them gonna come out firing.
Yeah,
Fire Squad.
They got I'm telling California, right?
They
ready.
They got a squad.
You can throw Reason at him. Is Reason LA? No, he's North Carolina, right? He's TDE though, but
not anymore.
Oh, he's not anymore.
Reason? Yeah. You don't remember when he put in his resignation papers?
Oh, damn.
Last year, actually, early last year.
Like that? He be killing freestyles these days.
Ooh, Rayvon.
Oh my God. You may throw him at. We'll see. But I will say, we got to give credit because California, LA in particular, is united right now.
Yo,
man.
It's unbelievable.
They are united right now.
LA is primed to go on a run.
Yeah,
a serious one.
This is
their time, and
but Doechie's not from LA.
Do we want to call? Is it hip hop or is just Joey Badass just a hater?
That's the part.
Which one is it?
That was an angle I wanted to go.
Which one is it?
That was an angle I wanted to go.
Is he hating?
But that was an angle I wanted to go, but I don't think we have time.
We don't. We'll let you guys.
I don't think he's a hater. But
I don't either. I think it's hip hop.
Yes,
that's what I think.
Hip-hop, yeah,
and it's also personal, probably.
Yeah. And I want to knock this person off. Like so.
Hey, I thought you guys like peace.
I do like peace. Actually. I do.
Anyway, you guys let us know in the comments, man. Like, is Joey Badass hating or is this just hip hop? Like, which one is it? And also beyond that, do you actually like the move? Because I've been seeing some people say, "Yo, what is this guy doing? Like, he doesn't even know what he just did."
Well, some people were like, "Yo, like Kendrick did the same thing with like that. Like Kendrick randomly shot at
Control.
Come
on now,
right? So it's
history repeats itself. Like this is nothing new. Yeah. This is just hip hop, as far as I'm concerned. But you guys let us know in the comments if you've made it this far. Hit that subscribe button. Get us to 2K. Come on now, like the game. Get us to 2K, guys. We trying to get there.
Yes.
And with you guys' help, we'll do that clearly. Yes. And man, much more content for you guys in 2025. Hit that like button too as well. And as always, like I like to say, if you're giving advice, just make sure that thing is ill.
Yes, sir.
Bow.